Education has a crucial role to play in the development of a person, and subsequently, the entire nation. Though our education system runs back to many centuries of existence and has many positive examples to exhibit, the fact can't be denied that we are falling behind in the field of education for quite some decades now. Let us sacrifice our todays so that our children can have a better tomorrow. I request you to watch this video and help our team to create a better tomorrow for future generations by contributing your valuable suggestions. This video contains information about the concept of ancient therapies and modern management techniques for the new era of education. Please watch the video till the end.
भारत में भी एक समय ऐसा था कि जो शिक्षा ऊपर आ गई तो पूरा भारतवर्ष ऊपर आ गया। तो इसके विषय में, शिक्षा के बारे में सबसे पहला चिंतन जो किसी ने किया, सबसे पहली बात किसी ने बताई, किसी ने कल्पना दी कि किसी को पढ़ाया जा सकता है, तो वो भारतवर्ष ने बताई, वो भारत ने बताई। पढ़ाया जा सकता है, हमारा ज्ञान ट्रांसफर हो सकता है, कन्वे कर सकते हम। तो ये बात सबसे पहले कल्पना दी, सबसे पहले बताया कि एक बात एक व्यक्ति जानता है, उसको दूसरे को कैसे याद करना है, दूसरों को से कैसे सिखाना है, वो सबसे पहली पद्धति भारत में आई।
There was a mad rush for gaining education in India. Just like today, there's a rush to go somehow get into an Ivy League university in the US or get into Oxford and Cambridge in the UK. Something like that was happening in India in ancient times. So most of the civilized part of the world wanted to get a degree from India.
In 1835 Macaulay's Minute he wrote, "We must at present do our best to form a class who may be interpreters between us and the millions whom we govern, a class of persons, Indian in blood and color, but English in taste, in opinions, in morals, and in intellect. To that class we may leave it to refine the vernacular dialects of the country, to enrich those dialects with terms of science borrowed from the Western nomenclature, and to render them by degrees fit vehicles for conveying knowledge to the great mass of the population." Macaulay was clear that if India is to be enslaved forever, its native and cultural education system will have to be completely demolished and replaced by the English education system, and only then everybody in this country will remain Hindustani, but the British will be born out of their minds and will work in the colonizers' interest when they come out of the universities of this country. Macaulay used a proverb: just as a field is fully ploughed before a crop is planted, so it must be ploughed, and an English education system must be introduced. Therefore, he first declared the Gurukula system of education as illegal. When the Gurukulas became illegal, the assistance they received from the society became illegal and decreased. Then Sanskrit was outlawed, and the Gurukulas of this country wandered around. He set them on fire, beat the Gurus teaching in it, and put them in jail. Indians fought for 90 years, which was a lifetime, to gain independence from the British, and this eventually reformed culturally and intellectually. English became the new normal, and Western education evolved as the new syllabus of teaching in Indian schools and colleges.
Indian education system, a far cry from being satisfactory. Uneducated India, education goes from bad to worse. The sorry state of education in India. Lack of quality education in India, ASER. Why foreign education system is better than Indian education system? The education system is failing our children. The above are some of the articles about Indian education system. According to Arghya Banerjee, unthinking, memory-driven learning rusts our brain and the society pays the cost. Rote learning at school makes us a nation of followers rather than leaders. According to a survey, 50% school students are stressed. The stress levels of the Mumbai and Bengaluru children are at 80% and 65% respectively. Research shows that academic stress leads to less well-being and an increased likelihood of developing anxiety or depression. Additionally, students who have academic stress tend to perform poorly in school. 1 in 4 Indian children in 13 to 15 age group suffers from depression, WHO. 1 in 7 Indians between 15 to 24 years of age feels depressed, lacks interest in doing things, shows UNICEF report.
जितनी स्विट्जरलैंड की टोटल पॉपुलेशन है उससे ज़्यादा इंडिया इंजीनियर्स प्रोड्यूस कर देता है। उसके बाद भी रिसर्च एंड इनोवेशन में स्विट्जरलैंड नंबर 1 पे है। इंडिपेंडेंस के बाद से रिपब्लिक ऑफ इंडिया ने 0 नोबेल लॉरिएट्स प्रोड्यूस किए इन साइंस। यूएसए ने 100 प्लस कर दिए। ASER की रिपोर्ट के हिसाब से 83% एजुकेटेड इंडियंस एम्प्लॉयबल ही नहीं है। और ये जो सुंदर पिचाई सत्या नदेला की हम बात करते हैं, इन्होंने भी आगे चल के अपनी एजुकेशन बाहर से ही करी है।
For 368 posts of peon in the State Secretariat of Uttar Pradesh, an overwhelming number of 23 lakh people have applied, that is around 6,250 applicants per post. What comes as a shock for many is that among the applicants, there are professional degree holders including engineering graduates. While more than 1.5 lakh graduates have applied for the job, the number of postgraduates are 24,969 and the number of doctorates are 255. The instances like this may represent the state of underemployment and unemployment in India. India serves as the highest source of death by suicides globally, with 1,39,500 people dying from suicide in 2019, according to a data from the National Crimes Register Bureau. The data also reveals that at least one student commits suicide every hour. From 1995 to 2019, India has lost more than 1,70,000 students to suicide. This terrifying number seems to be getting worse with every passing year, painting a bleak picture of India's education system.
18,000 children in 2015 have committed suicide in our country. When our children commit suicide, we must know we are doing something fundamentally wrong. There's no question about it anymore, isn't it? Children are fresh life, exuberant life. If children have to take their own lives, there is no worse thing that can happen to your society. Isn't it so? Is there a worse thing that can happen to your society? I'm asking you, is there a worse thing? Many of you are parents, is there a worse thing than this, that your child less than 12, 13 years of age committed suicide? Can you ever recover from that, I'm asking?
Our team has taken some steps towards the change. Firstly, we collected information about students' problems from various sources. We personally interacted with students, met the experienced teachers, even consulted psychiatrists and went through various research papers to know the depth of the problem. We also worked on future predicted problems on education system. We have tried to find out the solutions for problems in education system by taking students as a major part. Then we analyzed the problem and spotted some of the requisites from the students' perspective. The intention to satisfy some of the necessities of the students gave birth to the concept of ancient therapies and modern management techniques for the new era of education. We have intended to create one best solution point for all the problems in education system. This concept consists of 10 therapies and 10 management techniques that would help students as well as reform the education system. Let's begin.
Therapies are: Number 1. Graphotherapy. Graphotherapy is a form of reverse psychology accomplished through handwriting exercises specifically designed to bring about more desirable personality traits. By doing these exercises, one can accomplish a gradual regrooving or retraining of subconscious mind. The underlying principle thought may be explained this way. If thoughts and emotions which are transmitted through motor reflex muscles help shape the size, form and pressure of script, then it is natural to assume they are interlinked with the mind. Therefore, it is also reasonable to conclude that graphotherapy has been clinically proven that the change of one would automatically cause a change in the other. If the desired changes are practiced long enough, it becomes a permanent benefit, a permanent personality change. Graphotherapy makes aware of strengths, weaknesses, and state of mind at the time of writing. Problems of shyness, depression, suicidal tendencies, hypersensitivity, severe introversion, insecurity, low ego, low self-confidence, as well as mental confusion have been helped or in some cases completely corrected. With graphotherapy, children can improve communication skills, enhance their personal goals, and ability to concentrate. Number 2. Acupressure therapy. According to the traditions of Chinese medicine, energy flows around the body along the invisible lines called meridians. It is believed that there are approximately 20 meridians, also known as channels, in a body. A whole network of points exists on the skin's surface where the energy flow can be influenced. The meridians and pressure points relate to specific organs and body parts. By placing pressure on points, it influences areas of the body. Acupressure can be done in the form of self-massage and is also suitable as an additional therapy. The benefits of acupressure are relieving stress, tension, anxiety, improving sleep, relaxing muscles and joints, reducing digestive issues, minimizing headaches, and alleviating chronic pain. The therapy stimulates the body's circulatory, lymphatic, and hormonal systems. It also helps the function of the immune system and the body's natural ability to heal itself. Number 3. Sound therapy. Sound healing therapy uses aspects of music to improve physical and emotional health and well-being. Sound therapy may involve listening to music, singing along with music, moving to the beat of the music, meditating, and playing an instrument. Healing with sound is believed to date back to ancient Greece, when music was used as an attempt to cure mental disorders. More recently, research has linked sound therapy to a number of health benefits, from boosting immune function to lowering stress levels. Number 4. Direction therapy. The Earth's magnetic field is similar to that of a bar magnet, with one pole near the geographic North Pole and the other near the geographic South Pole. The Earth's magnetic field is mostly caused by convection of molten iron within the outer liquid core, along with the Coriolis effect caused by the overall planetary rotation, which organizes these electric currents in rolls aligned along the north-south polar axis. It is scientifically known that the Earth's magnetic field affects humans and animals in different ways because every cell within them not only reacts to electromagnetic currents but also produces them. For example, the Earth's magnetic field could generate electric fields and currents around the heart and slightly impede the flow of blood. It is astonishing that the ancient Indian Pandits, so many thousands of years ago, knew of the adverse and positive effects of the Earth's magnetic field on humans. Recent research in modern science has now confirmed the ancient understanding that our brain is sensitive to orientation, position, and direction in space. The research shows that the firing rate of specific neurons in the thalamus changes in proportion to both the angular velocity and the direction in which the head moves. Likewise, neurons in the hippocampus are found to be sensitive to direction in space. When one is facing the east, the brain physiology functions differently than facing north, south, or west. The conclusion is that the power of thoughts and the quality of thoughts are influenced by the direction one is facing. The direction of sitting also affects studies and the mental growth. By choosing and placing a study table as per direction therapy rules and guidelines ensures that the concentration of student remains intact for long durations, which in turn enhances the understanding capability, memory's retention power, and increases interest in studies. Number 5. Color therapy. Color therapy is based on the idea that colors create an electrical impulse in our brain, which stimulates hormonal and biochemical processes in our body. The theory, simply put, color is just light of varying wavelengths and frequencies. Electromagnetic waves constantly surround us, and color is a part of those waves. Every single cell in the body needs light energy. In 1976, Ricard Kohler demonstrated how color and visual patterning affects not only the cortex but also the entire central nervous system. Color has been shown to alter the level of alpha brain wave activity, which is used in the medical field to measure human alertness. In addition, it has been found that when color is transmitted through the human eye, the brain releases the hormone hypothalamus, which affects our moods, mental clarity, and energy level. In other words, we react both physiologically and psychologically to color. Color affects learning by the way brain functions and uses color to develop pattern recognition, memory, and absorbing new information. It can also visually guide to locate, compare, understand, and recall information faster. In particular, color affects children's moods, their behavior, and educational performance. According to a research, reading comprehension increased by 80% in dyslexic children when using a blue or gray overlay on the page.
Number 6. Herbal therapy. Herbal medicine has been commonly used over the years for treatment and prevention of diseases and health promotion, as well as for enhancement of the span quality of life. Herbal therapy refers to the consumption of herbs to improve learning abilities. There are various Ayurvedic herbs that would support the health and functioning of the mind. For reference, we took Brahmi, Indian pennywort. Brahmi is an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, cerebral tonic, neuroprotective and nervina. It is a fantastic herb to use daily to support mental clarity, retention, problem solving and rate of learning. It is a great herb for those that might have trouble sitting and focusing on the task at hand to promote attention, or for those who are overstimulated mentally to combat mental fatigue. It supports forgetfulness in the short term and enhances memory in the long term. Number 7. Posture therapy. Posture refers to how to position body while sitting, standing, reading or lying down. Posture is the result of habits formed over the course of years. The complete development of postural function takes place at around 11 years old, and then remains stable until about 65 years old. The discipline that deals with the scientific and clinical study of posture is the posturology. Good posture is the proper alignment of body when standing or sitting. Correct positioning involves training to hold the body against gravity with the least strain and tension on supportive structures, such as muscles and ligaments. Sitting and standing with proper alignment improves blood flow, helps to keep nerves and blood vessels healthy, supports muscles, ligaments and tendons. Recent research has shown there may be a connection between good posture and memory retention when learning new things. It's theorized that since good posture enhances breathing, it allows taking in more oxygen, and more oxygen intake improves cognition. A study done by Colorado College showed that male students with the best sitting posture scored significantly higher on tests than students who slouched. Studies show that making the simple change of sitting up straight and tall can reduce cortisol levels, which will lead to reduced stress and the person feeling much better in general. When sitting upright and alert, the body and mind are running at much higher levels, leading to an increase in energy. Number 8. Mudra therapy. The mudras are used to channel balance and restore the energy level of our body. By making these gestures in the body, energy can flow through the nadis energy channels, providing peace, security and peace of mind by meditating. The fingers essentially act as electrical circuits, and the use of mudras adjusts the flow of energy, which balance various elements and accommodate healing. Mudras are attributed therapeutic or curative powers of the body. Mudras help to link the brain to the body, soothe pain, stimulating the endorphin system, change the mood and increase vitality. Practicing mudras regularly can cure sleeplessness, arthritis, memory loss, heart problems, incurable infections, blood pressure, diabetes and many other ailments. In a condition like anxiety, there is an imbalance of right and left hemispheres of the brain. Mudras could balance hemispheric activity. Number 9. Yoga therapy. Yoga is essentially a spiritual discipline based on an extremely subtle science, which focuses on bringing harmony between mind and body. It is an art and science of healthy living. Yoga practice changes the firing patterns of the nerves, chemical makeup of the body's fluids and blood gases that activates a relaxation response. In 2003, scientists studied both long-time yogis and beginners. They found that the stress hormone cortisol had decreased, even after just one session of yoga. A 2013 study by researchers at Wayne State University in Detroit, USA found that a single session of yoga significantly improved a person's speed and accuracy when tested on their working memory and concentration. Yoga has also been found to increase alpha and theta waves in the brain. It can relax the brain and increase access to the subconscious and emotions. By simply increasing the feel-good brain chemicals like endorphins, enkephalins, and serotonin, yoga practitioners just feel better. Yoga has been shown to increase the level of gamma-aminobutyric acid, or GABA, a chemical in the brain that helps to regulate nerve activity. This is especially relevant to people who have anxiety disorders in which GABA activity is low. Number 10. Meditation therapy. Meditation is a mental exercise that involves relaxation, focus, and awareness. Meditation is to the mind what physical exercise is to the body. The practice is usually done individually, in a still seated position, and with eyes closed. There are various types of meditation practices. Not all meditation styles are right for everyone. These practices require different skills and mindsets. Amygdala is a key brain structure known as the emotional or fear center of the brain. Smaller amygdala found in more mindful people are associated with greater emotional control. Hippocampus is key for learning and memory. Just a few weeks of mindfulness meditation practice increased the size of this brain region. Gray matter, brain cell bodies important for processing power and linked to intelligence, seem to increase with meditation training. High-frequency gamma waves correlate with states of heightened awareness and bliss. Long-term meditators have been shown to have more gamma wave activity both before and during meditation.
Management techniques are: Number 1. Time management. Time management is the process of organizing and managing time. Good time management helps to schedule time between most important activities. Effective time management means take control of time and energy. Taking control of time enables to achieve bigger and better results in less time without the stress. The 6 time management types are Hopper style, hyper-focus, big picture, perfectionist, impulsive and cliffhanger. Effective time management includes better scheduling, improved decision-making, better organization, and time leverage. Managing time reduces stress level, anxiety, increases confidence, eliminates distractions, and boosts concentration. Number 2. Stress management. Stress might not always be the enemy. Research shows that positive stress can strengthen the immune system, enhance memory, learning abilities, and improve decision-making skills. There are 2 main types of stress, positive and negative, also known as distress and eustress. Eustress can help boost motivation, focus, energy, create a feeling of excitement, improve performance and decision-making. In contrast, distress, commonly referred to as stress, can cause anxiety or concern, is often outside our coping capacities, can decrease performance, and lead to mental and physical problems. According to Cornell University neuroscientist Connor Liston, short bursts of the stress hormone cortisol can increase the brain's openness to learning. A number of researchers have discovered that psychological stress affects the thinking skills and brain development of even the youngest student. Stress hormones produced during worrisome times can shape the developing circuitry of the brain. They influence the neural connections in the prefrontal cortex that house our executive functions. These functions include our working memory, self-regulation, and cognitive flexibility. Executive functions are critical for reasoning, planning, problem-solving, regulating emotions, and attention. They are essential to academic success. Number 3. Concentration management. Concentration means control of attention. It is the ability to focus the mind on one subject, object, or thought, and at the same time exclude from the mind every other unrelated thought, ideas, feelings and sensations. In many colleges, over 30% of the students report problems concentrating on their studies. Results of a 2015 study suggest spending 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, on brain training activities can have a big impact on concentration. Good concentration will enhance memory. If we only practice skills that improve memory but never look at factors that enhance concentration, our efforts will only be marginally successful. Number 4. Memory management. Memory management is nothing but just a simple training of the mind to recall any knowledge or information from the memory of the human brain when it is needed the most. The first difficult thing for any student is how to remember each and everything easily. Students get to learn a lot daily, and day by day learning grows by leaps and bounds. However, in this process of learning, they learn something and forget some of it after some time if they have not revised again and again. Such type of learning will not bear juicy fruits in the future. If one wants to remember everything, they needs to develop some techniques of memorization. The techniques are not difficult to understand but require constant practice. They are practiced continuously so that they can become an inseparable part of learning. Number 5. Motivation management. Self-motivation is the force that keeps pushing us to go on. It's our internal drive to achieve, produce, develop, and keep moving forward. When we think we are ready to quit something, or we just don't know how to start, our self-motivation is what pushes us to go on. With self-motivation, we will learn and grow regardless of the specific situation. That's why it's such a fundamental tool for reaching goals, achieving dreams, and succeeding in this journey we call life. Learning about motivation is valuable because it helps us to understand where it emerges from, why it changes, what increases and decreases it, what aspects of it can and cannot be changed, and helps us answer the question of why some types of motivation are more beneficial than others. Motivation reflects something unique about each one of us and allows us to gain valued outcomes like improved performance, enhanced well-being, personal growth, and a sense of purpose. Motivation is a pathway to change our way of thinking, feelings, and behavior. The world may throw problem after problem, but motivation helps to overcome any challenges.
Number 6. Depression management. Depression is an unusual yet serious medical illness that negatively affects how one feels, the way one thinks, and how one acts. Depression causes feelings of sadness or a loss of interest in activities once enjoyed. It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems and can decrease the ability to function at academics and at home. Benefits of depression management are better sleep, sharper thinking, better memory, improved health, and lower risk of future depression. Number 7. Reading and repetition management. Reading is the process of looking at a series of written symbols and getting meaning from them. When we read, we use our eyes to receive written symbols and we use our brain to convert them into words, sentences, and paragraphs that communicate something to us. While reading is the work of the mind, incorporating the senses provides extra reinforcement for students who are still growing their skills. Reading passages aloud and verbalizing questions one would mentally ask while reading can be a great benefit to students. Students often have no idea how to ask questions, what type of questions to ask, or the frequency of questions, so shaping this skill is extremely useful. The 4 main types of reading techniques are skimming, scanning, intensive, and extensive. The students should be aware of which technique is most suited, depending on the reading task required by them. Training students about the various reading techniques and when to use them is very important. Benefits of reading management are cognitive mental stimulation, brain exercising, helps with depression and dysthymia, memory improvement, better focus, strengthens writing abilities, enhances imagination and empathy. Students learn through repetition. The repetition builds paths in our brain. Once we have been down the same path a few times, we find the place quicker next time. The results suggested that multiple learning may increase the connectivity between the hippocampus and neocortical regions during memory retrieval. By introducing time intervals between study sessions, we can remember more, even if we spend fewer actual hours studying. This is called spaced repetition, and it may be the most powerful technique in existence for improving brain's ability to recall what we had studied. Number 8. Classroom behavior management. The purpose of this information is to assist students in understanding proper classroom behavior. The classroom should have a learner-centered environment in which faculty and students are unhindered by disruptive behavior. It includes respect and polite behavior towards the instructor, thoughtfulness and support towards classmate, active part-taking in the classroom activities, improving leadership qualities, developing communication skills, etc. Number 9. Logical thinking and intelligence management. Logical thinking is the act of analyzing a situation and coming up with a sensible solution. Similar to critical thinking, logical thinking requires the use of reasoning skills to study a problem objectively, which will allow making a rational conclusion about how to proceed. Learning to think logically occurs in the early years of education. If young children understand the importance of being able to think critically, we can empower them and arm them with the greatest tool they will ever carry with them into adulthood, the ability to think carefully, creatively, and logically. Along with logical thinking, we also concentrate on development of critical thinking ability. Thinking develops competitive attitude and offers different ways to solve problems in real life. Our brains are extraordinary, and our intelligence is far more fluid than we may have previously realized. We know from neurobiological and psychological research that adults are capable of enhancing and boosting their IQ and intelligence by merely doing a small number of extra things. Practicing certain habits may help to improve students' overall intelligence. Number 10. Lifestyle management. Student life is full of new and exciting experiences and there is often lots going on. Lifestyle management is not a one-time task that needs to do as soon as possible. It goes beyond the to-do lists. It is a step which people take to maintain their lifestyle into a much more productive one. The following are the ways by which students can live a consistently healthy lifestyle. Proper sleep, balanced diet, regular exercise, moral education. Moral education is a basic need for modern times where one is fast witnessing a degeneration of moral values. Youth in India is getting increasingly inclined towards violence, social evils and lack of respect towards elders and teachers, which can break down social harmony as well as national integration. Moral education is important as it teaches diversity, tolerance, mutual respect and pluralistic values. Mobile addiction control. Around 65% children have become device addictive in recent months and are unable to stay away from the device even for half an hour. About 50% of these children have difficulty in sleeping. Complaints of behavior change were also reported in about 2/3 of the children. The incidence of uncontrolled anger in children has also increased by 30%. Study finds that Indian college students check their phones at about 150 times a day on an average and spend 4 to 7 hours on their smartphones. The analysis found that those suffering from a smartphone addiction underwent a physical change in the size and density of their brain. Upon further study, it was observed that the changes in the brain structure were the same as that of those observed in those suffering from substance abuse and drug addiction. So we have added mobile addiction control as a part of students' lifestyle management. This is a short explanation on 10 therapies and 10 management techniques.
If a country is to be corruption-free and become a nation of beautiful minds, I strongly feel there are 3 key societal members who can make a difference. They are the father, the mother, and the teacher. This quote by Abdul Kalam upholds the importance of parenting in educating a child. The parent-child relationship is a unique bond that every child and parent will enjoy and nurture. This relationship lays the foundation for the child's personality, life choices, and overall behavior. Earlier, with the joint family system, raising a child was no difficult feat at all as there were multiple caregivers for a child apart from the mother. Aunts, uncles, grandparents, everyone helped in the upbringing of the children in the family. Nuclear families have, however, mushroomed and increased all over the country, leaving working parents with almost no family member to leave their child with. This style of parenting came with its own negative consequences. When parents don't spend more time with their children, it tends to make them more stubborn and aggressive. Majority of parents say parenting is harder today than it was 20 years ago. Roughly 6 in 10, 61%. Indian children say all this parental pressure is too much, only 15% feel the demands are about right. While 22% say students need more parental pressure. Excessive parental pressure can be the root cause of childhood depression. Often children are constantly pushed to the edge by their parents to build a bright future and succeed in life. However, the enormous pressure on the young minds not only hinders their growth and learning, but leads to increased stress and anxiety. Parents' involvement in early childhood education is not only important, but can extend the experience of a child in all aspects, social, emotional, and mental. Involved parents can make a positive and lasting impact on their child's learning ability. When children experience early quality learning and care, their short-term cognition boosts and they develop socially and emotionally. Similarly, it would also help in long-term success in academics and later life. In order to provide guidance on parenting, we introduced a new concept and named it as KYC, means Know Your Child. Under this concept, we conduct training to parents specially designed to build a strong parent-child relationship.
Researchers know that remarkable changes occur in the brain during the second decade of life. Adolescence is a time of profound brain growth and change. This recognition is contrary to long-held ideas that the brain was, for the most part, fully formed by the end of childhood. During the years between childhood and adulthood, the brain's wiring becomes more complex and even more efficient, especially in the prefrontal cortex, one of the last areas of the brain to fully mature. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for skills such as setting priorities, organizing plans and ideas, forming strategies, controlling impulses, and allocating attention. These are still maturing during adolescence. This means that the ability to plan, adapt to the social environment, imagine possible future consequences of actions, or gauge their emotional significance is still developing throughout adolescence. The developing teen brain is actually growing circuits, neural connections that can perform several tasks simultaneously and with ever greater efficiency. Teens shape their own brain development through the choices they make or are guided to make by their parents and teachers. In simple words, we firmly believe that there is no age limit to study new things as a student, but in everyone's life there is a learning age where the brain will be more supportive to study new things. The age from 3 to 20 is considered as the learning age and the most extraordinary period of growth and development in the lifetime. The foundations of all learning are laid during these years. Age and brain are interconnected. Up to certain age, the brain has more tendency to learn new things. Our intention is to provide brain-friendly training and try to bring out the optimum benefits from it. In order to avoid overburden, we have planned to provide these therapies and management techniques to students from the age of 3 till the age of 20. As per the suggestions from the experts, some therapies and management techniques will be given early and some later, depending on the stage of brain development to get the best results from it.
I have no interest in studies. I have difficulty in studying. These are the common dialogues of every child. This may represent the weakening mindset of child towards education. Every parent wants their child to have greater achievements in education, but they never want their child to discuss their problems with them. Even though the child shares the problems with their parents, they will not give much importance to it. Sometimes the child may ignore the problem by thinking that as a minor problem, but this would have a major impact on their education. Even some parents may have keen interest in child's education and want to solve their learning disabilities and hurdles of learning. There arises a major problem: where to go and whom to consult. Even though they get solution, it may not be effective. But through this concept, we would like to provide the best and effective solution with the blend of 10 therapies and 10 management techniques to every student's problems. Very less people want to discuss the education-related problems of the child and understand the needs of the students through education. So our concept is built on the needs of the students and has an intention to solve their problems. Everyone knows that the therapies and management techniques mentioned in the concept are good for the students and essential in the day-to-day life. The normal people have failed to practice it in their daily life, mainly due to the lack of awareness, lack of proper and scientific knowledge about the therapies and management techniques, lack of guidance and supervision. Everyone has experienced it in life. For example, they want to practice yoga daily, strictly execute it for a month as per their plan, but due to different reasons and lack of supervision, they quit it. So we want to solve all these problems by creating a course based on 10 therapies and 10 management techniques and providing it to the students at the best quality under a single roof.
We have designed the course with an utmost care. It consists of basic course and special course. Basic course consists of basic information about therapies and management techniques that helps to develop and strengthen the learning abilities of the student. Special course is in addition to the basic course. It is formulated to solve different types of students' problems. The students' problems may be learning disabilities, improper concentration on studies, improper memorization, stress, depression, and even some of the health-related problems like headache, sleep disturbances, and psychological disorders, etc. Every students face different types of problems, which could not be solved by general suggestions, so we have personalized solutions based on the scientific study and systematic combination of therapies and management techniques. By the way, this could be demonstrated in a way, if the student persists issues regarding the concentration problems but has a strong memory. In that case, basic course and special course regarding concentration development is compulsory, but special course regarding memory development is kept optional to the student. If they wish, they can acquire it. In special course regarding concentration development, we would suggest them changes in handwriting, additional acupressure points, herbal medicine, mudras, yogas, higher levels of meditation, proper study direction, and some concentration management techniques which are highly concerned with the development of concentration. Based on the scientific combination of these things, we would create a special course and provide it to the students depending on their age. While practicing, we provide guidance, regulate them and supervise them to ensure the proper execution of course. If suggestion doesn't work for them, we will have a backup solution for it. Someone may think that the therapies are old-fashioned, but more than its importance, it is indispensable in today's generation than it was in ancient times, because today we are surrounded by poisonous food, polluted air and unhealthy lifestyle. Management techniques are crafted in such a way that it suits to the modern-day requirements. Scientific division of therapies and management techniques according to the right age will be helpful to the healthy brain development of child. This concept helps students to save their time and parents to save their money by providing 20 different services at one place. This concept sounds different and stands distinct from other concepts. We can prove this by giving 2 examples from the bunch of examples. Firstly, nowadays students run away from education mainly because they follow an unscientific study technique, and there are various entertainment ways where students finds more happiness in those things when compared to studies, so they get distracted easily. This has been a headache for the parents. Few people talk about this problem. But in our concept, especially from concentration management and meditation therapy, we want to implement and introduce scientific and systematic learning techniques to create interest in students and to maintain consistency in learning. Secondly, today's young generation is moving towards the consumption of memory tablets to improve and strengthen their memory power. This would create an addictive behavior on memory supplements. But in our concept, with the help of memory management and herbal therapy, we are concerned with the natural development of memory with zero side effects. Management techniques are fully equipped with the skills that are necessary in the modern employment world. We intend to form the characters which is capable of safe handling of work pressure and greater achievements. These therapies and management techniques can be practiced without any age limit, but when it is practiced under the supervision from the age of 4 till the age of 20, its benefits will be deep-rooted and form habits in every individual. The regular practice of these habits will be helpful to have a good physical and mental health in every walk of life.
By this concept, we want to create an independent and self-learning group of students. Along with formal education, we have focused on life education. This concept helps the student to live a successful life. We have covered the concepts from handwriting to healthy lifestyle, from stress to students' suicide, from education to employment. We would never let our students to fail in exams and even in life. When all the problems get solved, the students would automatically move away from the thoughts of suicide. By this, we want to save our nation from the clutches of students' suicide. Above all, we want to see a cherished smile on the student's face. Parents always have a bigger dreams and responsibilities about their child's education. They sacrifice their whole life to give a better life for their child. Parents spend about 46% of the total expenditure on the child for education. Every parent is more concerned about their child's education, so this creates a kind of fear in their mind to give them a good future. But I beg to differ that some institutions and organizations are making business out of parents' fear with zero value added to the education. But our concept promotes student-friendly environment and contribute to a healthy growth of the child. With this concept, we could assure a valid returns for the parents' sacrifice. Along with education sector, this concept will contribute a lot to national health sector also. This idea requires one-time investment on research activity and will be easily implemented along with normal education. Above all, as per our survey, every parents expect change in education system and very less people have tried to bring changes in education system. But this concept would be an ultimate concept to meet all their requirements with zero negative outcomes. In future, this concept will have a higher market demand. This concept could be summarized in a simple way. On one side, you could see a problem-filled system where students are getting stressed, depression, suicidal thoughts, etc. On the other hand, an education system filled with solutions. It consists of basic solutions to safeguard students from future problems and special solutions to solve personalized problems of the child. We want this concept to reach every nook and corner of the country. Then only we could see a beginning of the new era of education.
Small changes can make a big difference. The aim of this concept is to bring a massive change in the nation with the help of root-level changes in education system. Public feedback will help us to identify the new problems of students, so that our team could work on it to come up with the best solutions. You could provide your feedback by filling the form online. Link is in the description box, or by sending a voice or video message. You can send your views to us, and if you have any queries or require any clarification or information, you may call us or contact us through any of the following ways.
For call and WhatsApp 8197011701. For email, the new era of education @gmail.com. For more updates, follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. The new era of education. Links are available in the description box below.
If you think this idea is good, please do not forget to press the share button. Each person has a unique style of thinking. When you share this video as much as possible, it will reach many people. Different angles of thinking give rise to better suggestion to improve the concept. We will try our best to bring a difference through the concept by altering it from time to time. Based on the suggestions and constant research to meet the desires of the students for their development in every field to be successful.
Destroying any nation does not require the use of atomic bombs or the use of long-range missiles. It only requires lowering the quality of education. The collapse of education is the collapse of the nation. This concept of ancient therapies and modern management techniques for the new era of education has been registered under the copyrights. Infringement or unauthorized use is prohibited. Thank you.